Imagine standing on a mountaintop, gazing at the endless horizon. It's beautiful, breathtaking even, but something's missing. The silence echoes louder than the view, and you realize, what's the point of reaching the peak if there's no one to share it with? Life is not meant to be lived in isolation. Yet, far too many men today walk through life as lone wolves, convincing themselves that they don't need anyone. But let me tell you, a man with no friends is not independent, he's impoverished. Relationships are the invisible threads that weave the fabric of a fulfilling and impactful life. No one truly succeeds in isolation. Our connections with others form the bedrock upon which personal growth, professional success, and emotional well-being are built. While the narrative of the self-made individual is often romanticized, the truth is far less solitary. Behind every significant achievement lies the influence of mentors, friends, partners, and even fleeting acquaintances who have contributed to shaping the journey. The power of relationships cannot be overstated, for they provide the foundation upon which our dreams are realized and our potential is unlocked. Human beings are inherently social creatures. From the moment we are born, we depend on others for survival, nurture, and growth. This dependency doesn't diminish as we age, it merely evolves. In childhood, it manifests as the need for parental guidance and the camaraderie of peers. In adulthood, it becomes the network of colleagues, friends, and loved ones who provide support, encouragement, and collaboration. Even the most introverted individuals find themselves inextricably tied to the actions, insights, and goodwill of others. It is through these connections that we learn, adapt, and thrive. Consider the profound impact that a mentor can have on an individual's trajectory. A mentor is not merely a teacher, but a guide who imparts wisdom, shares experience, and opens doors to opportunities that might otherwise remain closed. Many successful people can trace their breakthroughs back to a single conversation, piece of advice, or introduction made by someone who believed in them. These moments of influence underscore the irreplaceable role that relationships play in personal and professional growth. Yet, relationships are not merely about external success, they shape our internal world as well. Interactions with others serve as mirrors, reflecting back our strengths, weaknesses, and blind spots. Through relationships, we gain clarity about who we are and who we aspire to become. Constructive feedback from a trusted friend can illuminate areas for improvement, while their encouragement can bolster our confidence when doubt threatens to paralyze us. Relationships are the crucible in which character is forged, teaching us patience, empathy, and resilience. Moreover, relationships offer a profound sense of belonging. In a world that can often feel chaotic and isolating, the presence of people who truly know and care for us provides a stabilizing force. This sense of connection fosters emotional well-being and serves as a buffer against the inevitable challenges of life. When we are part of a supportive community, we are better equipped to weather storms, celebrate victories, and find meaning in the mundane. Relationships remind us that we are not alone and that our struggles and triumphs are shared experiences. The power of relationships extends beyond personal interactions to encompass the broader networks we cultivate. Professional connections, for instance, can lead to collaboration, innovation, and mutual advancement. In the workplace, teamwork often outperforms individual effort, as diverse perspectives and complementary skills combine to achieve greater results. Networking, often dismissed as a transactional exercise, is, at its core, an opportunity to build meaningful relationships that create value for all parties involved. Even seemingly casual relationships can have a profound impact. A chance encounter with a stranger or a brief conversation with an acquaintance can spark ideas, challenge assumptions, or inspire action. These serendipitous moments highlight the interconnectedness of our lives and the potential for every interaction to leave a lasting impression. In this way, relationships become the unseen forces that shape our paths in unexpected and transformative ways. However, the true power of relationships lies in their reciprocity. Healthy relationships are built on a foundation of mutual respect, trust, and a willingness to invest in one another's well-being. They require effort, communication, and a commitment to nurturing the connection over time. Just as a garden needs tending to flourish, relationships thrive when we prioritize them, offering our time, energy, and presence. The rewards of these efforts are immeasurable, as they create bonds that enrich our lives and the lives of those around us. In an era dominated by technology and virtual interactions, the importance of genuine face-to-face relationships cannot be overstated. While digital tools have made it easier to connect, they often lack the depth and authenticity that come from shared experiences and meaningful conversations. Building strong relationships requires stepping away from screens and engaging fully with the people in our lives. It means listening actively, expressing gratitude, and being present in moments both big and small. The power of relationships is not just in what they bring to us, but in what they enable us to give. Through relationships, we find purpose and fulfillment in contributing to the lives of others. Whether it's offering a listening ear, lending a helping hand, or simply sharing a laugh, our connections with others create ripples of positivity that extend far beyond ourselves. In giving to others, we find that we receive in abundance as relationships become a source of joy, inspiration, and meaning. Isolation is more than just a state of being alone. It is a barrier that restricts the possibilities of growth, collaboration, and support. While solitude has its moments of necessity and value, prolonged isolation often becomes a silent thief, robbing individuals of opportunities to reach their full potential. It narrows the scope of experience, limits the flow of ideas, and creates a void where connection and mutual enrichment should thrive. The impact of isolation extends beyond loneliness. It constrains the very fabric of what makes life meaningful and productive. When a person isolates themselves, they cut off access to the invaluable resource of shared knowledge and perspectives. Growth is often catalyzed by the exchange of ideas, and isolation eliminates this crucial dynamic. In isolation, we are left to rely solely on our own thoughts and understanding, which can lead to stagnation. Human beings were designed to learn and adapt through interaction, whether it's a challenging conversation, a differing viewpoint, or the inspiration drawn from another's achievements. Without these interactions, the opportunities to expand one's horizons diminish significantly. Collaboration, a cornerstone of progress, also suffers under the weight of isolation. Great achievements throughout history have rarely been the work of one person alone. They are the result of collective effort, where different skills, perspectives, and talents converge to create something greater than the sum of its parts. Isolation denies individuals the chance to participate in this synergy. It deprives them of the creative sparks that come from brainstorming with others, or the momentum that builds when a team works toward a common goal. Without collaboration, dreams can remain unfulfilled, and ideas may never reach their potential. Isolation also severs the channels of support that are vital for navigating life's challenges. No matter how capable or resilient an individual may be, everyone encounters moments of struggle, doubt, or uncertainty. During these times, the presence of others can provide encouragement, guidance, and a sense of shared burden. Isolation, however, leaves individuals to face these difficulties alone, amplifying their weight and diminishing the resources available to overcome them. The absence of support can lead to a sense of helplessness, where problems seem insurmountable simply because there is no one to share the load. Furthermore, isolation can take a toll on emotional and mental well-being. Humans are wired for connection, and prolonged isolation goes against this intrinsic need. It can foster feelings of alienation, inadequacy, and even despair. Studies have shown that isolation is linked to higher rates of anxiety, depression, and other mental health challenges. The lack of meaningful interactions can create a feedback loop where loneliness leads to withdrawal, and withdrawal deepens loneliness. Over time, this cycle can erode self-esteem and diminish one's sense of purpose. In the professional realm, isolation can be equally limiting. Networking and relationships often open doors to opportunities that skill alone cannot. Many careers are built not just on expertise, but on the relationships cultivated over time. Isolation, whether intentional or unintentional, removes individuals from the spaces where these connections are formed. It cuts them off from mentors, allies, and collaborators who could play pivotal roles in their success. Without these relationships, professional growth can plateau, and potential breakthroughs may never materialize. Isolation also stifles innovation. The best ideas are rarely born in a vacuum. They are shaped and refined through interaction and feedback. When isolated, individuals lack the sounding boards necessary to test their ideas, identify blind spots, and gain new insights. What might have been a groundbreaking concept could remain incomplete or flawed simply because it wasn't subjected to the crucible of collaboration. The world moves forward through the sharing and evolution of ideas, and isolation stands in opposition to this process. Even in personal life, isolation creates invisible walls that prevent deeper connections. Relationships require presence, vulnerability, and effort to flourish. Isolation erodes these qualities, creating a distance that can be difficult to bridge. Friendships grow stale, family bonds weaken, and opportunities for love and companionship fade away. The longer isolation persists, the harder it becomes to reconnect, leaving individuals trapped in a self-imposed exile that robs life of its richness and depth. Isolation, in its essence, is not merely the absence of others, but the absence of growth, opportunity, and connection. It confines individuals to a small, unchanging world where possibilities are limited and challenges are faced alone. While moments of solitude can be restorative, they must be balanced with meaningful relationships and interactions that breathe life into our existence. The value of contribution is the cornerstone of any meaningful relationship. True friendships are not transactional but symbiotic, thriving on the principle of mutual giving. To have a friend, you must first be a friend, offering your time, energy, and presence without expecting anything in return. This act of selfless contribution creates a foundation of trust, respect, and affection upon which genuine connections are built. It is through giving that we cultivate bonds that endure, deepen, and enrich our lives. Contribution in a friendship is not limited to grand gestures or material offerings. Often it is the small, consistent acts of kindness and consideration that matter most. A listening ear when someone is struggling, a word of encouragement during difficult times, or simply being present in moments of joy or sorrow can speak volumes. These seemingly minor acts of care demonstrate that you value and prioritize the other person, reinforcing the strength of your bond. Over time, this consistent giving creates a relationship that is resilient and fulfilling. Being a friend requires stepping outside of oneself and recognizing the needs of others. It involves empathy, the ability to see the world from another person's perspective and respond with understanding and compassion. This quality is what transforms ordinary interactions into meaningful connections. When you contribute to a friend's well-being, you show that you care about their happiness, growth, and success. This selflessness fosters a sense of security and reciprocity as both individuals feel valued and supported. The principle of contribution also applies to emotional availability. True friendships are built on openness and vulnerability, which require a willingness to share both joys and struggles. Being a friend means creating a safe space where others feel comfortable expressing themselves without fear of judgment. It is through this mutual sharing that trust is cultivated, allowing the relationship to deepen and flourish. By giving your time and attention, you not only strengthen the bond, but also set the stage for meaningful and transformative exchanges. Moreover, contributing to a friendship involves consistency. While spontaneity has its charm, the enduring power of a relationship often lies in the reliability of its foundation. Being there for someone consistently, whether through celebrations or challenges, demonstrates that your commitment is not fleeting but enduring. It is this reliability that transforms acquaintances into lifelong friends and casual connections into unbreakable bonds. Contribution, in this sense, is about showing up not just when it is convenient, but when it truly matters. Friendship also thrives on the exchange of encouragement and support. Contributing to a friend's growth and success is one of the most rewarding aspects of any relationship. Celebrating their achievements, motivating them to pursue their dreams, and standing by them during setbacks are all ways of giving that enrich both lives. True friends elevate each other, creating a dynamic where both individuals become better versions of themselves. This mutual upliftment is a testament to the transformative power of contribution in relationships. However, contribution is not a one-sided endeavor. While giving is essential, it must be balanced with the willingness to receive. True friendships are reciprocal, where both parties contribute in their unique ways. This balance ensures that the relationship remains healthy and fulfilling for everyone involved. It is through this equilibrium that friendships maintain their vibrancy and avoid becoming burdensome or one-dimensional. To be a friend also means recognizing that contribution is not about perfection, but about effort and intention. It's not about always having the right words or solutions, but about showing up with a genuine desire to help and support. Friendship is a journey, and the contributions we make along the way, however imperfect, add depth and meaning to the relationship. These efforts are what transform ordinary interactions into extraordinary connections. At its heart, contribution in friendship is about love and action. It is the willingness to put someone else's needs alongside your own, to invest in their happiness and well-being, and to celebrate the beauty of a shared connection. Through giving, we not only strengthen our relationships, but also experience the profound joy that comes from enriching the lives of others. True friendship, built on mutual contribution, becomes a source of lasting fulfillment, reminding us that in giving we receive far more in return. The quality of influence in your life is a force that cannot be overstated. The people you surround yourself with are not just companions, they are architects of your thoughts, habits, and ultimately your destiny. Their words, actions, and attitudes seep into your subconscious, shaping your worldview and subtly steering the direction of your life. Whether you realize it or not, the influence of those around you plays a significant role in who you become. That's why choosing your circle wisely is one of the most critical decisions you will ever make. Human beings are inherently social creatures, and much of our behavior is influenced by the company we keep. Spend time with people who are driven, positive, and forward-thinking, and you'll find yourself adopting similar traits. Their mindset becomes contagious, pushing you to aim higher and pursue your goals with vigor. On the other hand, if you spend your days with individuals who are complacent, negative, or lack ambition, their attitudes will inevitably rub off on you, dimming your potential and stifling your growth. The power of influence is most evident in the habits we develop. Habits, both good and bad, are often born out of routine interactions with others. If your circle values discipline, health, and personal development, those behaviors will naturally become a part of your life. You'll feel motivated to exercise, read, learn, or work diligently because the people around you are doing the same. Conversely, if your circle indulges in procrastination, self-doubt, or destructive habits, it becomes easy to justify doing the same. The people around you set the standard for what you consider normal, and that standard can either elevate or limit you. Influence also shapes the way we think. The conversations we have, the advice we receive, and the perspectives we encounter all contribute to the mental frameworks we develop. Positive and growth-oriented individuals challenge you to think differently, to question limitations, and to explore new possibilities. They expand your horizons and encourage you to see the world through a lens of opportunity. In contrast, negative influences instill fear, doubt, and a scarcity mindset, narrowing your vision and keeping you stuck in a cycle of mediocrity. The right influences empower you to dream bigger, while the wrong ones anchor you in place. Perhaps most importantly, the people you allow into your life impact your destiny. Your goals, aspirations, and the path you choose to walk are all shaped by the energy and input of those around you. If you are surrounded by people who celebrate your successes, push you to grow, and remind you of your worth, you will find it easier to stay on course. But if you are surrounded by those who belittle your efforts, question your dreams, or dismiss your potential, their negativity will weigh on you like an anchor, dragging you away from your purpose. It's not just about having the right goals, it's about having the right people to support and inspire you along the way. Choosing your circle wisely is not about exclusivity or judgment, it's about intentionality. It's about recognizing that your time, energy, and focus are limited resources, and they should be invested in relationships that bring value and growth. This doesn't mean cutting people out of your life arbitrarily, but it does mean being discerning about the depth of influence you allow others to have. It means seeking out mentors, friends, and partners who challenge you to be better and who walk alongside you with a shared vision for success. Influence is also a two-way street. Just as others influence you, you influence those around you. By choosing to surround yourself with people of high character, ambition, and integrity, you are not only benefiting yourself but also contributing to a cycle of positive influence. Your growth inspires their growth, creating a ripple effect that extends far beyond your immediate circle. This dynamic underscores the importance of mutual respect and support in relationships. The quality of influence thrives in an environment where everyone is committed to becoming the best version of themselves. The people you choose to walk through life with will determine the path you take. Their energy, wisdom, and character become a mirror for your own. Choose wisely, for these relationships are not just a reflection of your present, they are a projection of your future. Surround yourself with those who uplift, challenge, and inspire you, and you'll find that your potential knows no bounds. The cost of neglecting connections is a price that becomes evident only with time, often leaving a trail of regret, missed opportunities, and a life that feels smaller than it might have been. Relationships are living entities that require care, attention, and investment. When neglected, they wither, taking with them the potential for shared growth, support, and fulfillment. Failing to nurture connections doesn't just impact the relationships themselves, it diminishes the richness of your own life. When we become too consumed by personal goals, daily routines, or the distractions of life, it's easy to place relationships on the back burner. Days turn into weeks, and weeks into years, and before we know it, bonds that once seemed unshakable have faded into distant memories. The conversations we didn't have, the time we didn't make, and the gestures we didn't offer accumulate into a silent loss. It's not just about losing people, it's about losing the experiences, lessons, and joy those connections could have brought. Regret often accompanies the realization of neglect. Moments that could have been spent creating memories, sharing milestones, or supporting one another slip through our fingers. We miss the opportunity to see a friend achieve a dream, to comfort them in their struggles, or simply to laugh together over shared stories. Over time, the absence of these moments creates a void that no amount of success or material achievement can fill. The regret of realizing what could have been is a heavy burden, one that underscores the importance of prioritizing relationships. Neglecting connections also comes at the cost of personal growth. Relationships challenge us to think beyond ourselves, to adapt and to become better. They teach us empathy, patience, and resilience. When we fail to nurture these bonds, we miss out on these transformative lessons. Each relationship holds the potential to expand our perspective, inspire us, and push us toward greater self-awareness. By neglecting them, we limit our own capacity for growth and understanding. Furthermore, neglect leads to missed opportunities, both personal and professional. Life is built on collaboration and networks of support. The relationships we build often open doors to new experiences, ideas, and pathways we might never have discovered on our own. A neglected connection might have been the key to a career opportunity, a creative partnership, or a life-changing friendship. When we fail to invest in these bonds, we close off possibilities that could have enriched our lives in ways we may never fully realize. Neglecting connections also leaves us vulnerable to isolation. Human beings are wired for connection. We thrive when we feel seen, heard, and valued. When we allow relationships to erode, we risk losing the emotional safety net that supports us during life's challenges. Without these bonds, we may find ourselves facing difficulties alone, lacking the encouragement and strength that come from meaningful connections. Over time, this isolation can lead to feelings of loneliness and disconnection, further diminishing our quality of life. Neglect doesn't always stem from a lack of love or care. It often arises from complacency or the mistaken belief that relationships will endure without effort. But even the strongest bonds require attention to remain vibrant. Small gestures, a call, a text, or a moment of shared time can keep connections alive and thriving. It's not about grand gestures, it's about consistency and intentionality. The cost of neglect is not immediate, but it is cumulative, and by the time its effects are felt, the damage can be difficult to repair. Rebuilding neglected relationships is possible, but requires humility, effort, and time. It starts with acknowledging the oversight and making a conscious decision to prioritize connection moving forward. While not every relationship can be salvaged, many can be renewed through sincere effort and communication. This process is a reminder of the fragility and value of human connection, urging us to be more intentional in the future. Ultimately, the cost of neglecting connections is measured not just in lost relationships, but in the diminished richness of our lives. Relationships are the threads that weave meaning, joy, and purpose into our existence. By failing to nurture them, we settle for a life that is smaller, less vibrant, and more isolated than it has to be. The time to invest in relationships is now, for the rewards of connection far outweigh the cost of neglect. The reward of authentic friendships is one of life's greatest treasures. True friendships bring joy that cannot be manufactured, wisdom that illuminates our path, and strength that helps us endure life's challenges. These connections go beyond surface-level interactions. They become the foundation of a life that feels rich with meaning and full of purpose. In a world that often celebrates independence and self-reliance, it's vital to remember that real fulfillment comes from sharing life with others. Authentic friendships are a source of deep joy because they allow us to be fully ourselves without fear of judgment. In these relationships, we find acceptance and understanding, which creates a safe space to express our thoughts, dreams, and vulnerabilities. The laughter shared with a true friend has a way of lifting burdens and brightening even the darkest days. These moments remind us that happiness is amplified when it's shared. In a world that can sometimes feel isolating, authentic friendships are a reminder of the beauty of connection. The wisdom we gain from genuine friendships is invaluable. A true friend offers perspectives that challenge us to think differently, encouraging us to grow beyond our limitations. They provide guidance that comes from a place of care and experience, helping us navigate life's complexities. Sometimes they see things in us that we can't yet see in ourselves, inspiring us to reach higher and believe in our potential. These friendships become a wellspring of insight, offering lessons that stay with us for a lifetime. When life presents challenges, authentic friendships are a source of unwavering strength. These bonds offer support in moments of uncertainty, comfort in times of sorrow, and encouragement when we feel like giving up. A true friend stands beside us, not just when it's easy, but when it's hard, reminding us that we are not alone in our struggles. They carry our burdens with us, making them feel lighter, and their belief in us gives us the courage to keep moving forward. With such friends, even the heaviest trials become more bearable. The reward of authentic friendships lies in their enduring nature. While life is full of changes and uncertainties, these relationships remain a constant anchor. They remind us of who we are and where we come from, grounding us in the midst of life's storms. Over time, these friendships deepen, becoming a reservoir of shared memories, trust, and love. They are not fleeting, they are a lasting treasure that grows more precious with each passing year. Authentic friendships also teach us the importance of reciprocity. They are built on mutual care and respect, where both individuals give and receive in equal measure. This balance creates a relationship that is both fulfilling and sustainable. It's not about keeping score, but about fostering a bond where both parties feel valued and supported. In giving of ourselves to a friend, we find that we receive far more in return, an abundance of joy, understanding, and connection. The search for authentic friendships is a journey worth taking, even if it requires effort, patience, and vulnerability. These relationships don't happen by chance. They are cultivated through shared experiences, open communication, and a willingness to show up for one another. While the journey may involve setbacks or disappointments, the reward far outweighs the challenges. Finding even one true friend is a gift that enriches life in immeasurable ways. Authentic friendships are the treasures that make life truly worthwhile. They bring joy that lightens our hearts, wisdom that guides our steps, and strength that sustains us through trials. They remind us of the beauty of connection and the profound impact that another person can have on our lives. These relationships are not just a luxury, they are an essential part of a life well lived. Seeking and nurturing authentic friendships is one of the most rewarding investments we can make, for they are the bonds that make our journey through life more meaningful, fulfilling, and extraordinary. So, my friends, as we reflect on the journey of relationships, let us not underestimate their power to shape our lives. Life is not just about what you achieve, but also about who you share it with. Build wisely, nurture intentionally, and invest deeply in the people who matter most. Surround yourself with those who uplift you, challenge you, and walk beside you. Remember, the true treasures of life are not found in possessions or titles. They are found in the connections you make, the friendships you cherish, and the love you give. At the end of the day, the quality of your relationships determines the quality of your life. So go forth, be a friend worth having, and seek the kind of connections that bring joy, wisdom, and strength. Because in the grand tapestry of life, it's not just about the work you do or the goals you achieve, it's about the people you meet and the lives you touch along the way. That, my friends, is the legacy worth leaving.